we'll just start off with what the White House plan is to keep those insulin prices low.
Sure. Today's a very exciting day at the White House. In the Rose Garden, the president will be joined by the insulin manufacturers, healthcare plan administrators, and also some patient advocacy CEOs to come together and unveil a new agreement they've brokered to help reduce the cost of insulin for Medicare Part D beneficiaries. So roughly 1 in 3 Medicare beneficiaries do have diabetes, and obviously they take some form of insulin or a couple different forms of insulin. And so this is one bold step forward to make sure that their co-pays never exceed $35 per month. We find that there's a pressure point at which about $50 per month that many seniors stop taking their insulin, stop filling the prescription, take maybe a smaller dose to hoard some of it. And that's very dangerous for them. They need that insulin, and it also causes other serious health complications. The president is committed to helping seniors, but he's also committed to reducing the price of prescription drugs overall, and this is a big, bold step in doing that.
So I want to ask you how he plans to do that. We know in the February budget that the president released for his plan anyway, there was a $750 billion cut over 10 years to Medicare. So how do you reconcile doing that with still being able to lower those?
Now, that's Washington speak. It wasn't a cut. We've talked about this many different times. Slowing the growth of certain pieces of that is different than cutting it. But recognize that under Medicare Part D, the prescription drug benefit that was put into place by President Bush and carried forward by President Obama, this is the first time that we've had 3 consecutive years like this with Medicare Part D premiums being reduced. So this is just the latest step in this president being able to do that. I also would remind you that in 2018, it's President Trump's administration that expanded what we cover under Medicare Part D. So different types of insulin, electronic, and then mechanical way to get your insulin through mechanical pumps, or electronic pumps. We covered that because previously it wasn't covered under Medicare Part B. So this is a president who, as a candidate, said, I won't touch Medicare or Social Security. He's touched it in the right way, which is...
The reduction in
that's correct.
time is not going to affect how we can pay for things.
This is the out-of-pocket reduction by about 66% overall for Medicare Part D recipients who have diabetes. That's roughly 1 in 3 of them. So this is a really big deal. And I would remind you that we would like for Congress to have been involved, but they don't seem to act on behalf of seniors. They don't seem to work very much. They act out a lot, and it would have been nice for Pelosi and the whole crew, the other seniors in leadership, frankly, to come to Washington and work, but we couldn't wait for them. So if they're not going to be here and work on behalf of seniors, we can't allow seniors to suffer because of petty, partisan, peevish political nonsense. That's why we're acting without them.
I don't mean to cut you off,
I don't feel cut off.
So is the White House supportive now, speaking about seniors, of the Republican plan when it comes to nursing homes to provide liability protection so that the owners of nursing homes and the chains are not able to be sued?
Well, let me just say everything we've done with and for nursing homes since we've gotten here. Pre-COVID-19 pandemic, this president had directed CMS to clamp down on violations of infectious disease control in nursing homes. And in fact, you've had a number of nursing homes across the country cited for violating the infectious disease control regulations. Many of them have been fined, many of them have been found in violation. March 3rd, I was in Tampa, Florida with Attorney General Bill Barr, and he announced the Elder Fraud, Elder Justice Initiative. Part of that was to investigate and prosecute financial crimes against seniors. But another piece of that is the elder abuse in our nursing homes and elsewhere, and to really clamp down on that as well.
Actually,
so
you did answer my next question. But just on the
sure,
on
but
the piece
also
about supporting the plan for.
I don't have a comment on that today. I would just remind you that this president has instructed the National Guard to sanitize and deeply clean all of our nursing homes. Secretary Robert Wilkie of the VA made very clear in the East Room at a seniors event about 3.5 weeks ago that all the VA nursing homes have successfully tested everyone there, over 70,000 tests at the time. So this is just another commitment to seniors. The president has spoken about looking into liability insurance, liability protection for other means. But we've been on top of nursing homes from the beginning. I think that you're asking me a lot of questions. You ought to ask governors like Andrew Cuomo, who did a horrible job protecting those seniors, sent them back to the nursing homes already infected and sent many of them there to die, which they did.
Would the White House be supportive of mandatory testing at every single nursing home?
What type of testing?
COVID testing.
What type of COVID testing? There are many kinds.
Testing patients and staff regularly to see whether they have symptoms or not, whether they are carrying?
Oh, diagnostic testing. So we've had, since it's a Sesame Street word of the month, testing, I figured we'd dig into a little bit as to what you meant. Sure. So we have a lot of testing happening in the nursing homes, and I just relayed to you that the VA-run nursing homes, Secretary Wilkie reports had everybody, quote, everybody tested by a certain point about 3.5 weeks ago. So we've ramped up testing in a way it's never been. We had, I think we're up to about 12, 13 million tests overall. Obviously, healthcare providers, first-line responders, have been part of those who have been prioritized to be tested all along, including at these stand-up test sites that have popped up all over the country through the coordination with, say, CVS and Rite Aid and Walmart and Walgreens and individual companies like that. They were prioritizing the healthcare workers. That would include healthcare workers in nursing homes as well. But I think the most important thing to do is to look at the guidance that we've provided to the nursing homes and to not pretend that some of these governors, while they were busy holding press conferences and yucking it up with family members, sent people back to the nursing homes who were infected. That was a big mistake, and it caused a lot of unnecessary deaths.